Alrighty guys, so today we're doing another Don't Starve YouTuber tier list, except we're going to rank them based off of skill, so how good I think they are at the game. Now, there's no way to actually measure this, and none of this is actually objective fact. As far as I can see, the best way you could actually go to measure this would be like speedruns. But as far as I know, none of these guys have even attempted speedruns, not a single one of them, or hold anything. I would be the only one who holds speedrun records. Now, some of them could definitely take some speedrun records. Some of them are definitely good enough, they just haven't attempted. So that would be the best way I could think of to actually objectively measure it. But we don't have an objective measurement, so we're going off of my subjective measurement. So first things first, I'm going to put myself right up at the top of S tier. Obviously, I'm the best one here, so that nothing else needs to be said there. Next up, we'll get Helical Puma. So Helical Puma, he is extremely good at the game. Very, very good at the game. He can play extremely quickly. He knows a lot of the techs. He knows how to use the ice staff to kite enemies, things like that. He's extremely good at the game. He knows a lot about mob farms. He's good at both mega basing and rushing bosses. Extremely good in basically all areas. Very good player at the game, and he has a ton of hours in the game. Next up, we got Orange. Orange, as best as I can tell, probably down in B tier. So he's not bad at the game. He's not particularly the best at the game. He's just good at the game. A little bit more of an advanced player. He doesn't know too many of like the high tier techs or any of the little known knowledge, but he definitely knows how to play the game well, and he knows the general strats. So we're putting him down in B tier. Next up, we got Glurms. Glurms I also got to put right up in S tier. Now Glurms normally just plays very casually, so he doesn't really go super fast, but he is really good at the game. If he tried hard, he could go extremely quickly through the game. He's a very good player. Normally he's mega basing though, so he's got all the time in the world to do what he needs to do, and there's no way the game's gonna kill him. So Don Johnny, I gotta put him. We're gonna put Don up in A tier. I was thinking about possibly putting him in S tier, but I won't. So he's an extremely good player, very good at the game. He's good at boss rushes. He definitely knows his stuff about farms, although he doesn't know all the techs. And he generally, he doesn't generally play casually. He's not very good with the techs, so I can't put him up in S tier. James, I gotta put James down in C tier. So the only thing I have to go off of for this is old gameplays from a long time ago. So he could be way better by now, way worse by now. I don't know. But, it really doesn't matter. His channel is mostly centered around humor, and I love his videos. His videos are great. But generally, he just has intermediate level knowledge. And, he's okay at the game. He's just blatantly okay at the game. That's all I have to say about that. Demon Rebuilt, we got to put him up in B tier. So the reason I'm putting him in B tier is, he knows the game a little bit better than an average player would, and he does play the game a lot, although he doesn't know like any of the techs. He doesn't know any of that stuff, and he doesn't perform any techs even without knowing about them. So generally, he just doesn't go as fast as a better player would. Although he definitely has very good knowledge of the game. I would gotta say his guides, they're absolutely great. He's got all the theoretical stuff down pat, and his guides are great, so he's definitely a good person to listen to there. I'm not discounting that at all, even though I put him in B tier. Jazzy, I'm putting Jazzy in A tier. So the reason why Jazzy is in A tier, not B tier or S tier, he knows the techs. He's pretty good with the techs, although it doesn't seem like he particularly likes to perform the techs. He generally seems to avoid them and kind of sees them as bugs. And then he also takes part in the content that's generally not very fast, even on worlds where you're not very late in yet. Say, for instance, ocean content, where there's really not much out there yet. There's not really much to do out there yet, and he'll take part in that. Although generally he knows the techs. He knows how to do the techs well. He's played a lot. He's got the theoretics down. He's got all of that. And I just can't put him in S tier, though, because he just doesn't perform the techs. He doesn't want to do the techs. That's fine. He can stay in A tier. Okay, Slasher. Man, Slasher. I have to put Slasher down in F tier. So Slasher understands the theoretics, But if you watch him play, he is so god awful at the game that it's hard to watch. I look at it for like 30 seconds and it makes me want to puke with how bad he is at the game. He somehow like moves slowly, even though he can move faster. Like he keeps his hands off the keyboard and he like just stops randomly. He does all this random crap that wastes so much time, and it absolutely hurts me to watch. It's so terrible. It's so god awful. I would highly recommend not watching him if you actually want to like learn anything about the game, because if anything, he's going to teach you how to play the game worse than any other player would. I mean, you could get someone who just installed the game and they would probably play it better than he would. Beard777. So we gotta put Beard, we gotta put him in E tier. So Beard, he does not understand the theoretics. He has thousands of hours in the game, but he does not understand the theoretics. The only thing he understands is how to read off the wiki, which I wrote a lot of. So he's kind of going through. He's like, I gotta plagiarize some more stuff. I gotta plagiarize off these people who wrote this wiki here, who may or may not know anything for all I know. That's a good idea. And then he does things like, oh yeah, guys, you should build farms. Guys, build farms. The worst food source in the game. Build farms. Build advanced farms. Build basic farms. Then you can farm dragon pie. And then the dragon pie is very good. Now, dragon pie stats may be good, but with how difficult it is to get one dragon pie, I mean, as Wickerbottom, I could probably farm the materials for like 250 pierogi in one day. But with dragon pie, even as Wickerbottom, it'd probably be like 10 at max. Why would I ever use them? They're so bad, and they take so much to set up too. It's insane. I don't know why anyone would use that. And every time people try and tell me that farms are good, they have like less than 10 hours in the game, and this guy's got thousands of hours in the game and he still can't understand that farms are bad. He still uses body armor. He uses spears without like turning them into ice staves. Like it hurts to hear anything he says. All the words he say, like, do the opposite of what he says, and generally you'll be better off. Bad player. Very bad player. But still not as bad as Slasher. I don't know how Slasher manages to be that bad when he's got the theoretics down. I mean, Freddo, easy S tier. So he's pretty good at the game. He can do boss rushes pretty well. He knows the theoretics. He knows the text. He knows which characters good, which characters aren't. He just knows the general stuff. He knows how to play the game well. So I gotta put him up in S tier. And that is the video for today, guys. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Bye-bye, guys.